Tonight, you open your banking app before bed and feel your chest tighten. The number on the screen is lower than you hoped. A new email says bill due. Your mind starts doing fast math you cannot finish. You stare at the ceiling and try to push the thought away, but it knocks again. Rent, power, data plan, a small medical bill you forgot. You whisper, "Not now," yet the worry keeps walking around your room. If this is you, I see you. You work hard. You are not lazy. You are not careless. You are simply tired of feeling chased by dates and digits. You want the pressure to stop. You want your home to feel safe again. You want to breathe. Let us begin here. Very simply. Your bill is not your master. Your word is, this is not a riddle. It is the plain law Florence taught. The word goes first. The form follows. When you speak lack, you live under lack. When you speak under grace, you move under grace. I will not ask you to pretend the bill is gone. I will ask you to change who is giving the order in your house. Think of 3 moments from modern life. You tap your transit card and it says, low balance. You get a text from your carrier about data overage. You reach the grocery checkout and the total is higher this week. In each case, your mouth wants to say the same old line, I cannot handle this. In that instant, your body hears a command. Shoulders rise, breath shortens. The room feels smaller. You feel alone. Now we make a new choice. Not a grand speech, not a performance. A short, clean line with authority. God is my source. Channels change. Say it once with a steady breath. Notice what moves inside. The bill is a channel. Your job is a channel. A refund can be a channel. A discount can be a channel. A new client can be a channel. The source is one. When you put God first, you stop grabbing at the channels like a drowning person. You stand, you speak. You allow right action to appear. You do not need perfect faith to start. You need one honest sentence. Florence called it a decree. A decree is not hoping. A decree is not begging. A decree is a clear word that permits peace to enter the room and directs the next step. When you say paid in full under grace, you are not faking payment. You are placing the matter in right order. First peace, then guidance, then supply. The law is simple. Peace opens the door. Panic slams it. Look at your real week. On Monday, the power company sends a reminder. On Wednesday, your friend asks to split a dinner bill, but you would rather skip. On Friday, you see a red line on the bank app and your stomach drops. In each scene, you have 2 paths. On the old path, you talk about the problem for hours, text 3 people and scroll for escape. You go to bed wired. On the new path, you speak 5 clear words before you move. I bless this bill today. The energy of the room changes. You are no longer hiding. You are governing. Florence wrote that nothing is too good to be true when you move under grace and in perfect ways. This sounds big, but the practice is small. When the email arrives, you touch the edge of the bill with 2 fingers, and you say a short line out loud. Your nervous system responds to your own voice. Your body believes you more than it believes a thought. Try it now. Put your hand on your chest. Slow your exhale. Say with me, the word is law. Feel the drop in your shoulders. Your body is listening. Some of you will ask, what about the due date? What about the late fee? Yes, dates and fees exist. We will address them. But first we break the habit of cursing our own money. Many people pay a bill and then curse the bill while paying it. They say, this always takes everything from me. The account hears it. The home hears it. The week hears it. We do the opposite. We bless what we send. We bless what returns. We bless the channel, and we bless the next channel. Here's a simple, plain picture from today. Your rent is due in 5 days. You feel heat in your face when you think of it. You want to distract yourself, but you choose a better move. You sit, place the notice on the table, and you speak once in a calm voice. God is my source. Channels change. Paid in full under grace. I walk in peace. After this, you feel able to draft a short message to your client about an unpaid invoice. You feel able to call the office about a payment plan you did not know existed. You feel able to check your subscriptions and cancel one you do not use. Notice the order: word first, peace next, action last, results follow. Another picture. You open the mail and see a medical bill you forgot. Your first thought says, "This will ruin the month." You let that thought pass. You answer it with a stronger word. Right supply appears now in rightful ways. You put the paper in a clear folder, not a messy pile. You set one reminder to call at 9 in the morning. You go make dinner in quiet. Your house learns a new tone. You are not running, you are ruling. I know some advice on money can feel harsh or cold. That is not this. This is steady and kind. This is order. Under grace means right time, right channel, without harm to you or others. If a discount is right for you, it finds you. If a refund is right, it is released. If new work is right, it calls your name. Your sentence makes you ready to see it. So tonight, when the number on a screen tries to climb into your chest, do not argue with the number. Do not tell it 10 stories. Speak to it once with authority and then rest. Speak to the number, not about it. Your home deserves this tone. Your body deserves this calm. You are not a victim of digits. You are a person with a word. Keep your language clean. No jokes that degrade your own supply. No heavy labels. Use clear lines that even a child can understand. I am provided for. I am at peace. I pay in joy. These are not tricks. These are keys. When you use them, you open the day. We will go further. We will set a small night practice you can keep. We will set one clean morning step that opens circulation. But for now, hold this. The word is your wand, and you will use it with care. Say it once more with me in a normal voice you can repeat anywhere. God is my source. Channels change. Paid in full under grace. My bills clear peacefully. Breathe. Feel the room soften. This is where your new month begins. Breathe with me and come a little closer to the root. Money looks like numbers, dates, signatures, and screens, but beneath all that is something simple. A word spoken with belief. Florence called it law. Not courtroom law, but inner law. The way a seed obeys the sun. The way water finds the lowest place. The way a compass points north. Your life quietly obeys the tone of your words. When you make lack the loudest voice in the room, form follows it. When you speak under grace, form also follows. This is not magic. This is order. Under grace means right time and rightful way. It means the answer arrives without injury, without panic, without debt to your peace. You do not force the door, you unlock it. You stop shouting at the channel and you address the source. God is the source. The job is a channel. The client is a channel. The refund, the discount, the payment plan, the unexpected call, all channels. Channels can open and close. The source does not. When one channel narrows, another can widen. When a door swings shut, a window can slide open. The only question is which voice you allow to command the room. Picture a common day. Your boss hints that hours may be cut next quarter. For a moment, you feel heat in your chest. The old voice rushes in and says, "This is the end." But you remember the order. Word first, then form. You answer with a clear line, steady and plain. God is my source. Channels change. You do not argue. You do not plead. You speak once and you let the sentence take root. Within days, a past client messages you about a short project. You notice a company-wide email inviting staff to apply for remote shifts. You feel moved to send a short proposal for a role that matches your skill. None of this is a miracle circus. It is the natural movement of channels around a steady source. I want you to hear this with your deepest ear. The number in the account is a report, not a ruler. A report says what was, not what must be. A ruler gives orders. Your word is the ruler. Florence said, "Your word is your wand." A wand does not cry to the air. It directs the air. So when a red figure appears on the app, you do not crown it king. You give it an instruction. Paid in full under grace. You are not pretending the bill paid itself. You are placing the matter into lawful sequence. First peace, then guidance, then supply. When peace leads, doors open that pressure cannot see. Think of a mother at the kitchen table with 2 envelopes, one for rent, one for a hospital copay. She feels the old habit rise, the habit of calling herself unlucky, the habit of joining every sad story she ever heard about money. She stops. She touches the envelopes lightly and says one line in a voice her children can imitate. "I bless these bills, paid in full under grace." Her breathing slows. She opens her calendar and sees a skill she has not offered in a while. She sets a small weekend slot for it, and a neighbor immediately books. Later that week, the clinic calls with a correction that lowers the copay. Did the sentence force the clinic? No. The sentence placed the home in order so she could see and receive the ordinary mercies that were already turning toward her. Agreement is the quiet engine here. If your words say, "I am always late and short," your actions tend to agree. If your words say, "I pay in joy and I am guided," your actions find ways to agree. That is why I ask you to use language a child understands. Short, true lines your body can follow. I bless this bill. I walk in peace. God is my source. These are not slogans to tape on a mirror and forget. They are directions to your day. When spoken, they lay a track for your feet. I know it is easier to talk about the problem than to address it. The world trains us to rehearse worry, compare pain, and forecast more of the same. Under grace is a different school. We do not decorate the fear. We bless the moment and we give it a job. Speak to the number, not about it. If the amount due is large, you do not feed it with 10 anxious stories. You answer it with a single order, and then you move your hand to the next right. Small action. Panic breeds noise. Peace breeds instruction. A young designer wrote to me once and said, "I keep saying I am broke, but it feels honest." Honesty is not the same as prophecy. You can be honest about a current figure without appointing it captain of your ship. The honest sentence can be clean and forward. Today, I stand in peace, and right supply finds me. From that place, she looked at her files with a calmer eye. She packaged a simple service. She reached out to 2 past clients with a short note. One replied within an hour. The other referred her the next week. Was it loud? No, it was lawful. The word set a tone. The tone allowed her to act. Action met the prepared channel. Some of you worry that this is denial. It is not. Denial hides the bill in a drawer and pretends it does not exist. Faith under grace puts the bill on the table, blesses it, and follows guidance. You may call the company and request a plan. You may release a subscription that no longer serves. You may choose a small payment today that keeps the current moving while the larger provision gathers. Each step is cleaner after the word has gone ahead. The room knows who is in charge. Under grace does not rush. Under grace is not lazy. It is exact. It listens for timing. You will feel it as a simple yes in the chest or a soft no in the stomach. You will notice the difference between a frantic move and a rightful step. One tightens the back of the neck, the other relaxes the jaw. The law of your word shows in your body first, then in your bank. That is why I keep bringing you back to breath and tone. Your nervous system is the doorway your supply walks through. If you need proof, start where you are. Tonight, before sleep, choose one line that rings true and say it in a normal, loving voice. God is my source. Channels change. In the morning, repeat it once. Then take a single, clean action the sentence suggests. Do not hunt for big drama. Look for rightful ease. Watch what answers. A waived fee. A kind agent. A message that would have been missed if you were still scrolling to numb your fear. These are small signs of a great order moving. I am not asking you to become someone else. I am asking you to speak as the person you already are when you are not afraid. You have known moments of calm clarity when decisions seem to make themselves and help arrived just on time. Under grace simply makes that your normal weather. The word sets the sky. Your day grows beneath it. So let the law be simple in your mouth. The word is law. God is source. Channels change. Paid in full under grace. Say it quietly. Say it kindly. Say it as if you were teaching a child you love. Because you are teaching the child inside you who, for too long, thought numbers were kings. They are not. They are servants. Give them a good order and watch them obey. Now we put our word into motion, not with 10 new tasks, not with heavy plans, but with a few clear moves you can do today, tonight, and anytime a number tries to scare you. Florence kept things plain. She would say one clean line, then take one clean step. The line sets the sky. The step opens the road. Begin with your hands. The body listens to touch. When a bill arrives by email or paper, do not flee. Place 2 fingers on the corner of the page or on the phone screen and breathe out slowly. Let the shoulders drop. This is how you tell your nervous system, we are safe. Then give the moment its order in a voice you could use at a kitchen table. I bless this bill, paid in full under grace. Do not rush. Do not bark the words. Let them land. You may repeat them 3 times, not for magic, but for rhythm, the way a parent repeats a lullaby to settle a child. With each repetition, feel the room soften a little. When peace enters, guidance can speak up. Some will wonder if blessing a bill makes you passive. It does the opposite. Blessing a bill frees your mind from tight fear, so you can see simple paths. After you bless, look for the easiest, rightful action. Often it is small and kind. If the power bill is due next week, you might log in and choose a date that matches your cash flow instead of waiting in dread. If rent is close, you might send a short, respectful note to confirm the amount and due date so you do not play hide and seek with it in your head. If a medical bill feels large, you might place it in a clear folder and set one calm reminder to call the office at 9 in the morning. The blessing opens the door. The step walks through. Speak to the number, not about it. People waste hours talking around amounts, telling long stories that only make the number grow teeth. Try this instead. Look at the figure and address it the way you would address a delivery person who brought a package to the wrong door. You are not mine to fear. You are mine to order. Paid in full under grace. Then move 1 inch in the right direction. 1 inch is enough to change a life when repeated every day. Let me give you 3 ordinary scenes. On a Sunday evening, your data plan says you used more than expected. Old habit says, always me, always wrong. New habit says, God is my source. Channels change. You breathe out, open the app, and choose a smaller plan for next month because you have Wi-Fi at work, or you turn off autoplay for videos. The next bill drops to a calmer level. On a Tuesday morning, you notice a subscription you do not use. Old habit says, it's only a little, ignore it. New habit says, I bless this charge and release what I do not use. You cancel cleanly and bless the $4 that now circulate toward what matters. On a Thursday, you see your balance and feel a pinch. Old habit scrolls to numb the feeling. New habit places a hand on the desk and says, I pay in joy and receive in peace. You open your invoice list and send one. Gentle follow-up to a client. By evening, they reply. None of these moves are loud. All of them are lawful. Florence loved right words because right words create right ways. Here are a few lines that carry weight without strain. God is my source. Channels change. Paid in full under grace. What I speak appears in perfect ways. I pay in joy. I receive in peace. Use the one that fits the scene and say it like you mean it, not like you are trying to impress the air. If a child were listening from the next room, they would understand. That is the standard. Calling an agent can feel frightening when you expect a fight. Do not call to fight. Call to partner. Before you dial, steady your tone. I bless the person who answers. We find a rightful arrangement today. Then explain simply what you can do now and what you can do next. You will be surprised how often a kind, clear voice finds a kind, clear answer. Fees are waived. Dates are adjusted. Plans appear that the website did not show. Under grace does not mean you win by force. It means the way opens without harm. What if the amount is bigger than your calm? Then shrink the step, not the faith. If the full payment is heavy, make a small payment to keep the water moving while supply gathers. Circulation is the friend of increase. Money, like air and blood and river water, prefers motion. When you send something out with a blessing, you signal to life that you trust the flow. The fear that says all or nothing is not wisdom. It is panic wearing a suit. Let it pass. Take the inch you can take. Peaceful inches carried you farther than frantic leaps ever did. And you may keep a small note page called a grace ledger. Not to obsess, not to grade yourself, but to notice. Write the date, the line you spoke, and any answer that came. A waived fee, a quicker payment, a quiet idea for a side service that actually fits your week. Over time, you will see a pattern. When you bless, you see. When you decree, you act. When you act, channels answer. This is not superstition. This is a map of attention and courage. Parents, teach your children this tone. When a child hands you a school bill or a broken headphone receipt with a worried face, take the paper and steady the room. We bless this bill. We will handle this in peace. Then show them the next step. Maybe it is returning an item. Maybe it is writing a simple email. Maybe it is waiting a day for a payment to land. You are training a nervous system, not just paying a charge. A calm home is wealth. There will be days when your mouth forgets and says something small like, "Money hates me." Do not scold yourself. Answer yourself. I spoke in fear and I forgive it. Now I speak in truth. God is my source. Channels change. Your body will catch up with the new music if you keep playing it. Kind repetition is how we grow anything good. If you are dealing with debt, remember that shame is a poor coach. Shame makes you freeze or hide. Grace makes you honest and steady. You can speak blessing over a debt and still honor every agreement. In fact, the blessing helps you honor it without losing sleep. Say, I bless this debt. It clears in perfect ways. Then take small, faithful steps. A call, a plan, a payment, a new channel of income that feels like clean work. The spirit of heaviness will try to sit on your chest. Tell it you have no chair for it in this house. I will leave you with this picture. Imagine your table tonight with 3 items: a laptop, a small stack of mail, a cup of water. You sit for 5 minutes. You place your fingers on the top envelope. You breathe out. You say, I bless this bill. Paid in full under grace. You open it, you read it, and you do the next small thing that appears simple and kind. Then you close the laptop, drink the water, and feel the room return to you. This is how you reclaim your nights, not by winning a lottery in your head, but by ruling your square meter of life with a gentle, steady word. Money understands this language. It is the language of order, peace, and clean steps. Speak it, walk it. Watch the channels move. Practice makes your word a weather pattern, not a lucky moment. Law is steady, and steadiness loves small rhythms. We are not building a heavy routine that squeezes life. We are setting 2 gentle anchors each day so the sea does not toss you. One at night to quiet the house, one in the morning to open the gate. Between them, you move like a person who knows who gives the orders. Begin with the night, because night writes tomorrow on your nerves. Keep it simple and human. Before sleep, sit where you can see your hands. Put the day down. Let your shoulders loosen as if you were taking off a backpack. Place your fingers on the bill or the phone, or simply over your heart if you have nothing in front of you. Breathe out until the breath is soft. Then speak one clean sentence in a calm voice you could use to comfort a child. I bless this bill, paid in full under grace. Pause. Feel the way the room answers when you do not fight it. If fear tries to return with a story, you do not debate. You repeat the truth once more, as steady as a lighthouse. God is my source. Channels change. That is all. You are not solving the whole month at midnight. You are telling your house who is king, so the night can actually heal you. Sleep becomes different when you close the day like this. Your dreams stop dragging the noise of numbers through dark halls. Your nervous system learns to stand down. In the morning, you do not wake with a fist already in your stomach. Peace uses the night to repair the bridge between your mind and your body. It does this best when you offer it a short, friendly decree and then turn the light off. Imagine Florence walking through your home, touching the back of a chair, and smiling as she says, "Nothing is too good to be true under grace." That is the feeling. Morning is the open gate. You do not need a long list. You need one clean step that tells the day which river to flow in. After you drink water and open a window, speak your line once without strain. The word is law. I walk in peace, paid in full under grace. Then choose a single action that matches the sentence. If a payment plan is needed, the call is the step. If a subscription must be released, the cancel button is the step. If an invoice needs to be sent, the 3-sentence email is the step. Do the step before news, before scrolling, before you let 10 other voices choose the tone. The step is small on purpose. Small steps keep the door open. Panic wants a grand gesture. Grace prefers a faithful inch. There will be mornings when the inch feels too small to matter. On those mornings, remember that circulation loves movement, not drama. A river does not shout to reach the sea. It just keeps going. The same is true for money under grace. If all you can do is set a reminder to call at 9, set it and bless it. If you can move $10 toward a balance without starving your peace, do it and bless it. If you can write one message to one person who owes you, write it with a kind tone and bless the channel before you press send. You are training a day to listen to you. Some people like to keep a small page for 7 days and call it a grace ledger. Do not turn it into a project. Let it be a quiet record of a promise kept. Write the date, the short line you spoke, and the answer that showed up. Answers are not always fireworks. Sometimes an answer is a fee waived by a human being who just liked your calm voice. Sometimes it is a tiny refund you would have ignored last year. Sometimes it is a thought that lands in the shower and solves a simple problem that used to eat an hour. When you see these small mercies on paper, your mind stops saying nothing is happening. It learns to read the language of already turning. Within 48 hours, this rhythm begins to feel natural. When tension rises, your mouth finds the line without you hunting for it. When a number glows red, your hand reaches for the next rightful inch with less shaking. You start to notice that the day offers small chances to keep the water moving, and you take them because they no longer feel like battles. Order builds like this: a sentence, a step, an answer, a sentence, a step, an answer. The order is merciful. It works even when the amounts are not yet what you wish. It works because the amounts are not the source. The source is the source. If you miss a night, do not turn it into a trial. Shame is not a teacher. It is a thief. You simply return. Tonight I bless what I owe and what I own, paid in full under grace. If you fumble a morning and start with noise, pause at lunch and give the day a new law. It is never too late in a day to speak a clean word. Florence would shake the dust off a mistake as if it were a rug at the door and step back onto the path with a smile. You can do the same. Grace is not keeping score to punish you. Grace is keeping rhythm to carry you. Parents can weave this into family life without making money heavy. When a child brings a school fee slip with worried eyes, you take the paper and slow your breath so they can copy you. We bless this bill. We will handle this in peace. The child watches your jaw relax and learns that numbers do not get to run the house. Later, when you make the call or send the message, you let them hear the tone you use with the agent, warm, clear, and brief. You are passing down a way of being, not just paying a fee. If you live alone, let your home still hear your voice. A quiet room loves honest sound. Speak your decree aloud in the same place each night so the walls begin to remember. Place the bill in a clear folder rather than a messy pile, not because folders are holy, but because order in the drawer helps order in the head. Put a glass of water next to the folder and make the pairing a picture. Supply flows, not sticks. The body drinks the picture before the mind does. Every drill has a hidden teacher inside it. The teacher here is attention. Attention is wealth because it lets you see what was always near. Under grace, attention turns from worry to instruction. You begin to spot rightful discounts that were already listed, messages you were too tense to write, appointments you can move without harm, skills you can offer without dread. The channels were not closed, you were closed. Now you open a little each day and channels answer. Do not judge your life by one hard week. Judge it by the tone that is forming. Are your nights quieter than last month? Do your mornings begin with one clean move more often than not? Does your body trust your voice a little more? The numbers will catch the tone. They obey law the way a tide obeys the moon. If you keep placing the moon in the sky with your word, the water cannot help but come. So tonight, before you close your eyes, give the house one last sentence in the key of peace. My bills clear peacefully. My steps are rightful. My supply is sure. Sleep as if that were already the weather, because it is. In the morning, open the gate with one small act that fits the sentence. Watch the day nod. This is how ordinary people become steady stewards of extraordinary provision, not by force, by rhythm, under grace. There is a moment when the practice stops feeling like something you try and becomes the way your house speaks. That moment is a seal. A seal is not volume. It is finality. It is the quiet click a door makes when it closes rightly. Tonight we place that click upon your mouth, your home, and your month, not by pushing, by agreeing. You have seen the pattern now. Word first, then peace, then guidance, then supply. When fear tries to rise, you do not negotiate with it. You crown a better voice. You do not curse the channels, you bless them and release them to change. You do not use your tongue to darken your own sky. You keep your sky clear and your steps small and faithful. This is how grace works, gently, lawfully, and in ways that do not bruise you. Identity goes before money. If you call yourself the one who is always late, your day will try to obey. If you call yourself beloved, guided, provided for, your day will try to obey that too. The most powerful line Florence ever taught was not a sentence about cash. It was a sentence about who you are under God. Your word is your wand because your word names you. So we settle the name now. Say this in a voice that belongs to you. I am calm, blessed, and provided for under grace. Let the room hear it. Let your body believe it. The seal is not about being loud. It is about being settled. When a thing is settled, you stop checking it every 10 minutes to see if it is still true. You walk as if it is true and let life catch up. Do not confuse drama with power. Drama shakes the table and leaves dust in the soup. Power sets the table and calls the household to eat. Your household is listening. Papers notice. Apps notice. Children notice. Even if you live alone, the walls notice. The seal we place tonight is for them too, so they can rest inside a voice that does not swing between panic and pretending. The seal makes your word a place to live, not a performance to watch. Some will say, but what if I fail tomorrow? Grace already knows about tomorrow. Grace is not startled by a skipped drill, a clumsy call, or a number that makes your breath short for a moment. The seal does not demand perfection, it preserves direction. When a misstep comes, you do not rewrite your identity. You simply answer yourself. I spoke in fear, now I speak in truth. God is my source. Channels change. Then you take the rightful inch that presents itself. This is how oaths live on ordinary days. Let us talk about the feeling of arrival. Arrival is not when every bill disappears from the earth. Arrival is when the bill no longer commands your nervous system. You can look at a due date the way you look at a weather report, useful information, not a sentence. You can make a plan without tearing your piece to pieces. You can ask, adjust, and act with a tone that opens human hearts instead of hardening them. That tone is wealth. It draws right help to you because it is easy to work with. There is a reason we bless the bill before we paid it. Blessing transforms the act. It turns a transfer into a testimony. It teaches your mind that you are not losing money. You are circulating good. You send money toward lights, and lights serve your home. You send money toward shelter, and shelter serves your body. You send money toward care, and care preserves your life. This is not spin. It is recognition. Cursing what sustains you makes you poorer in spirit. Blessing what sustains you makes you richer in peace, and peace is the gate supply prefers to enter. Seal also means community. You are not doing this alone. There are many of us who choose to speak under grace instead of under fear. We are building houses that feel safe, even before numbers change, and then we are watching numbers change with less strain and more thanks. When you speak your line out loud, you add your voice to a choir you cannot see. That choir has a sound. It is steady, clear, and kind. Now we close in the simplest way Florence would approve, with a living oath you can carry into your kitchen, your commute, your calls, and your sleep. Put your hand on your chest or over the paper in front of you. Let your shoulders settle as if someone you trust just walked into the room. Say this once and mean it. I bless what I owe and what I own. God is my source. Channels change. My bills clear peacefully, in perfect ways, under grace. I pay in joy. I receive in peace. What I speak appears rightly and on time. I walk in steady provision. I am at rest. Feel the stillness that follows. That stillness is not empty. It is full of answers moving toward you. Your part is to keep the tone. When the next small step shows, take it with a gentle hand and an honest voice. When the old language tries to return, answer it with one clean line and return to your rhythm. Night drill. Morning step. Small obedience. Large circulation. This is how we live now. If this spoke to you, write paid in full below to seal your word today. And over the next 7 days, share one small grace note you notice. A waived fee, a clearer plan, a calmer call, so your testimony can steady someone else's house. If you want more nightly drills and living words, stay with us. We will keep this rhythm together, under grace,